there, and welcome back to chapter 5, lecture number 21. So we made a huge progression with the building and we're almost there, but there are still some little things we need to model and tweak before we have a final design. And one of these important things is a ceiling on the roof and a ceiling on the bottom. Yeah, it's maybe not the most specific things if you think about modeling, but it is these things makes your building look so much better. So yeah, that's why I call this advanced building modeling and texturing. Okay, so keep focus on the roof. I want to go to face selection mode and select, well, let's go to the side view and we can make one selection. Okay, we copy this, Shift D, drag this on top, P, selection, and we remove the modifiers, spacebar, and origin to the geometry, and remove the material, and we have something that looks like this. Go back to the vertices, front view, and I want to scale this, and SX bring them together, and lowering it. Yes, so this is how I start when I create a ceiling. And I also want a bevel on top. And it seems like there are, that's an interesting thing. Remove this one and combine it and make a new face. It was an extra vertex, so we need to tweak it. And it's not perfect symmetric. That's because the roof is maybe not perfect, but it's not a huge deal as long as it's in line with the roof. Medieval struggles. Okay, so we start with picking texture, image. Let's go for a principled. Okay, image texture. There it is. Okay, open. Ceiling. That one we use for chapter 4. Good. So what I wanted to do, and then I was distracted by this vertex, is hit Ctrl B for a nice sort of smooth bevel. Yes. And go to the top view, Ctrl L, U, project from view. Go to the UV image editor and go for a ceiling. Yeah. And scale it. And it seems like I didn't select everything. Ctrl Z, nope, and scale it again. Okay, make it smooth. Close the tabs. Smooth the roof, and by the way, increase the view so you have a sort of idea how it looks like. So the challenge is to merge this side inside of the building. So grab the red arrow and move this more to the left. And it's no problem that the roof is intersecting. That's why I call this the ceiling. And it's a very nice transition between the top and the roof bricks. Okay, if we go to the material settings, we need to wait because waiting is good. And I think it's too bright, so there was a very simple solution to fix this. Add color, mix RGB, and darken the color a bit. Okay, and I also like to press O, proportional editing, and move this a little bit upwards, and same for the rear. Good, so we have a nice curvy look. Material, okay. So it looks really nice. Of course, we need to edit all the materials, like adding a specular, roughness. But that's something we can focus on in another lecture. Right now, it's just to set it up and tweak it. We also need a texture for the bottom, and we already have some. We need a new one, and call this sandstone ceiling. Because we now have 3 ceilings, it's very important to name these. Principled and image texture. Open. And we go to our texture library. texture models, PBR32, and sandstone stroke and sandstone stroke. And to get an ID, it's a sandstone stroke. All right, so switch to the face selection mode and select these and deselect the top. And now we have the bevel selected. Sandstone ceiling, assign, and we need to go to the UV stroke, and there it is. So you can go for the rough version or a more smooth. I like the middle one. I have multiple versions. I really like the strokes, that's why. Yeah, smaller. And these are completely different textures, but they merge perfect with the building. I didn't really plan this, but I know that sandstone really matches the sandstone color and the plaster. So really nice. So we need to do the same for the other side. Select one of these, B, and deselect. Sandstone ceiling, assign. Yeah. And I just wanted to check something. SY. It's a really tall one. Yeah. Oh, checking if we were working in the right layer. Okay, smaller version. Okay, smaller. It's good to experiment. I wanted to have a little bit of the red brick, but didn't really work out. Okay, we have this little piece, and it's not on a UV, so go for a projection and put it somewhere. It's a nice intersection, and go for the sandstone ceiling. Yep, good. With a nice looking stroke, we're getting there. So we have a top ceiling and a ceiling on the bottom. Blends all well together, so really good. All right, so in the next lecture, we'll focus on this part, adding some ornaments, very key for this building, and focusing on other things. So we're not done yet, but we're close. Okay, see you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.